Your cat has been trying to tell you something every single day. And the moment you understand what it is saying, you'll never look at your cat the same way again. Most owners think they're doing everything right. They're not, and the gap between where your cat needs it, what they're actually doing, is silently destroying the bond your cat is desperately trying to build with you. Stay until the end because the last point is the one that changes everything. Welcome to Page Your Mind. If you love your cat and want to truly understand it, subscribe right now. Let's get into it. One waking up and greeting your cat before you do anything else. Here is something almost no one in the cat world talks about. And it sounds so simple that most people will scroll past it without a second thought. But if you're implementing one thing from this entire video, it is one. The first 5 minutes of your morning are shaping your cat's entire emotional reality for the rest of the day. Not their food, not their walk, not their choice. Those first 5 minutes. Cats are pack animals. That is not a metaphor or a cute way to describe them. It is a biological truth that has been baked into their DNA. Over 15,000 years of co-evolution with humans. Their brains are wired to orient around a central anchor. In the wild, that anchor was the pack leader. In your home, that anchors you. And the moment you wake up and reach for your phone, before you reach for your couture or sending signal, that lies somewhere deep in their nervous system. The signal says you are not my priority. A study published in the journal Applied Animal Behavior Science found that cats who receive consistent morning social interaction from their owners show measurably lower baseline cortisol levels throughout the day, lower stress, calmer behavior, a more settled nervous system. Or from something that takes 30 seconds. You don't need to make it elaborate. You don't need to get on the floor and wrestle with them. At 7:0 in the morning, just wake up, find their eyes, and say their name to you. Let them greet you the way they want to greet you. Let that moment be theirs. Because here's what is actually happening when you do that. And this is the part most owners never hear. Your cat has been waiting while you were asleep. Their entire world was paused. You are the main event of their existence. And when you acknowledge them first, before the cat prepares the phone, before anything else, their brain registers something that no threat, no toy can replicate. It registers I matter here, and the cat who believes that mother is a completely different animal than a cat who is not. So keep watching, because the difference between those two cats will become very clear by the time we reach 6. To letting your cat sniff for as long as they need to. How many times have you tapped the leash on a wall because your cat stopped to smell something for the 10th time in 2 minutes? How many times have you said come on and kept moving because you had somewhere to be? Almost every owner has done this. And almost every owner has no idea what they just took away from their cat. To understand why these emotions, you need to understand something about how your cat actually experiences the world. Humans are visual creatures processed by environmental food that we see. Cats are not like that. Each cat's nose contains up to 300 million olfactory receptors. Humans have about 6 million. The part of a cat's brain dedicated to analyzing smells is proportionally 40 times larger than the equivalent part in a human brain. What does that mean in practical terms? When your cat stops and smells a fire hydrant or a patch of grass, for 60 seconds they are not wasting time. They are evidently by receiving an entire stream. Which animals have been here, how long ago, what they ate, whether they were stressed, whether they were healthy. Every smell is a paragraph. Every surface is a page. Your neighborhood is a novel. Your cat has been trying to finish for years, and every time you pull them away or slamming the book shut mid-sentence. A landmark study published in Applied Animal Cognition found that cats who were allowed to engage in extended sniffing sessions during walks showed significantly higher levels of optimism in subsequent behavioral tests, compared to cats who walked the same distance but were not allowed to sniff freely. Read that again: optimism, not just satisfaction, not just lower stress. The way your cat is allowed to use their nose affects how they see the world. This is the walk your cat actually needs. Not the fastest route around the block. A slower walk where they lead with their nose and you follow with patience. 20 minutes of genuine sniffing does more for your cat's mental health than an hour of pure physical exercise. And here's the deeper truth. When you stop pulling and start following, something shifts between you and your cat. Begins to trust that being a union with their needs matter. That trust is the currency every other point in this video is built on. Keep watching because we are just getting started. Free learning the difference between your calm voice and your loud one. Do you talk to your cat throughout the day? Do you narrate what you're doing with them when you come home? Say their name just because you feel like it. If you do, you are doing something far more powerful than you realize. If you don't start today, in 2020 to study even researchers in Budapest use brain imaging technology to measure how cats responded to their owner's voice. What they found is one of the most remarkable discoveries in the entire field of animal cognition. Cats don't just recognize their owner's voice. They process the emotional tone of that voice in the same hemisphere of the brain that humans use to process emotional communication. Your cat's brain has developed a dedicated system for reading how you speak to them. And here is what the data actually show. When owners use the warm, slightly higher pitched tone, the kind of voice most people naturally use with babies or animals without even thinking about it, cats showed immediate physiological signs of relaxation. Their heart rate dropped, their muscles released tension. Their eyes softened when the same owner spoke in a flat, distracted tone. The cat's nervous system stayed alert. Not because the words were different, but the warmth was gone. Your voice is one of the most powerful regulatory tools. Your cat will never have access to every time you greet them softly. When you walk through the door, every time you say their name with genuine affection, every time you whisper something to them now their life is up, you are reaching directly into their nervous system and telling that everything is safe and can relax you. No supplement, no common strain of anxiety that can do what your voice does when it carries real warmth. And the beautiful thing is your cat already knows the difference. They have always known. The question is whether you will be consistent enough for them to count on it. Stay with me, because painful is where most cat owners make a single biggest mistake. They don't know they're making for playing with your cat. Like the game actually has stakes. When was the last time you genuinely played with your cat? Not throwing a ball while you stood still and checked your messages. Not tossing a rock toy in a general direction, actually play. Fully present, fully engaged, making the game feel real. Because there is a difference between keeping your cat entertained and actually fulfilling them. And that difference is the reason so many indoor cats develop anxiety.